Let us familiarize. And I'm here to just add to all the great things our leaders. I see all the teachings going on from everybody, all the teachings and motivations. So see what I want to present to you here as an addition to the many streams of information and education and motivation that has been supplied to ensure that we don't give up hope, to ensure that we keep keeping on in order to keep achieving the dream. Give me my first slide. My first slide, the next page. The next page. Are you ready with me? Yes. All right, two things I want to achieve very quickly is that I want to, in this session, achieve maybe a mindset, skills, and tools, reset to help us keep selling confidently despite the negative campaigns. The second thing I'm hoping to achieve right now is to reignite motivation and team spirit, and then we can achieve a victory mindset. That's what I'm hoping to achieve in my presentation, because it's absolutely important that we understand that what has been is not enough to stop us. So our focus is not just on the negatives that is out there, but on what we must do to navigate this storm. Take the twist. Do what is required in order to acquire what is desired. We've got to do it. And in order for this to happen, all of these need to take place. There's going to be a mindset reset. There's going to be a retooling of our skill set. There's going to be the understanding, the development of that capacity to not just continue to sell, but to sell in times of adversity. And there are all kinds of ways that can happen. Then, of course, we also have to be very deliberate in reigniting the motivation and team spirit that has driven and propelled the phenomenal success of this group thus far. And of course, we must live here always, not just here in all of our meetings, in all of our office, with a victory mission mindset. There is no alternative. We've got to have it. So, just a few thoughts that will contribute to that. The next page. I've given two scriptures. The first one is Ezra. Look at this. I want you to know that what's happening to us from a scriptural perspective is not new. I don't want to go too far, but there was a mandate to rebuild, to build, so it was like a building, a real estate operation really. And then Ezra said, he said they weakened the hands of the people of Judah to do what? To frustrate their purpose. He did everything to frustrate our purpose. How did they do that? If you go and look at it, it was by a negative campaign. If you have the time to read the entirety of that scripture. They did that by a negative campaign. It was a negative campaign, all kinds of campaign of calumny. All kinds of... You see, when people... Listen to me. Listen. This is how you separate the wheat from the chaff. Anybody who is honest, will never emphasize only the weakness without pointing to the strength. That's how you judge the sincerity of people. If anybody comes to you and all the person sees and says is your weakness, that's an enemy. That person is not sincere. So let's not get fooled. Let's not get carried away by the media campaign and the attempt to become famous on the basis of trying to put something down. How can you look at an organization with over 1,000 people, with multiply hundreds of thousands being impacted, and the only thing you have to tell is an organization that sells receipts? Thank God for receipts that convert to duplex. So let's don't get fooled. It's when you are not smart. Listen, if you are at the top, you become the topic. If you are in front, there will be people behind you backbiting you. So let's not get it twisted. Don't get too enamored by the noise out there. The first thing that made me know that this is suspect, and I'm saying it and I know some people will capture it. How do you talk about an organization of this size and you have nothing good to say they never achieved? You are creating an impression that the only thing we do is a sham, is a scam. Come on. Be honest for once. If you create a balance, then we'll listen. ignorance will listen. All these people here, everybody here is a fool. Everybody here is a fool. All of us here are fraudulent. We are following something that's fraudulent. This is an organization that says before anybody in real estate know what the challenge is. I don't want to spend time on the challenge. I should be talking the positive. When I just finish this chain of thoughts. When you want to buy, come, we'll show you the place. It's been a policy. Yes, not everybody is able to come and say, what is being there from the get-go? That you can see the land before you pay. True of us. You can see before you pay. And the challenges, personally outside of P1, in this Lagos, I know plots I have lost. In Ogun State once, you won't believe it, I lost 36 plots. In this place, I lost a couple of plots. I lost plots, different kinds of plots until I became wiser. And I know how to secure plots. So it's not new. It's not a P1 thing. It's not a P1 thing. Let's be honest. That is why far-sensing, far and well-meaning people are not deceived by the campaign of calumny that is ongoing. The Bible says the wicked, they hands. Again, go and look at it, my time will not permit me. But thank God that despite the attempt to weaken them, Ezra and the builders didn't give up. The Bible says they built it. We will continue to build this great organization. And we will finish the vision. We will accomplish the purpose. Do I have a better amen sound in this hall? How will we do it? According to the commandments of God. This is God ordained and God blessed. Whatever the Lord has blessed, let nobody think you can stop it. Hallelujah to the Lamb. This is not a church service. We're not preaching, we're teaching. So I'm a keynote lecturer, not a preacher today. Give me the next slide. Next slide, quickly. There are 6 stages I want to take us through as we deal with it. The first stage is the stage of setting the stage for engagement by a mindset and mission reset. That's the first thing I want to emphasize for everybody. Okay? And in order to do this, the first thing to ensure is that we don't get settled in a survivor mode. We're not survivors. We must shift from survivor to a victory mission mindset. We must shift. It's so important. Excuse me, I'm trying to open my own presentation so that I don't have to be talking back 1 second. We must. That way I'll be faster. Okay, very good. Okay. All right, I have it. So the first thing is to shift our perspective from survivor to a victory mission mindset. The mind is everything, distinguished leaders and friends. The mind is everything. If you allow what is happening there to capture your mind, not much can happen out of you. Because the Bible says, Philemon verse 14, without your mind, there is nothing even God can do. So make sure that you are not overwhelmed by what is out there, but be connected and committed to the vision as you know it. That is a key game changer. That very fact in itself already makes you to be somebody that is poised or positioned to succeed despite the campaign of calumny that has been going on. And there are 3 things I like to emphasize in this regard. I teach and I believe that faith does not deny reality. Faith only refuses to submit itself or herself to a negative reality. So, Face reality check. Okay? Face the reality check. What's the reality check? The reality check right now is the fact that there is a brief on negative campaigns, that is against us. Did I send you? I think I sent you a different outline, but it's okay. It's all the same thing. It's important to understand. And the goal here is that the reality check is not meant to, number one, work or focus on the blames, or focus on what is being said to be out of place and deal with it. And that's what we are doing. The group chairman, the executive vice chairman, the acting group managing director, our founders, everybody is facing the fact. That's how you know authentic leadership. Authentic leaders don't deny a problem. They face up with a problem. So in order to shift from our mindset to a victory, mission mindset, it's not to say to deny what is being said. Are there challenges? Yes, there are. The founding chairman just said that before he stepped there. There are challenges. But the challenges don't define us. What defines us is our visions and our intention to solve it. So we are not saying deny it and live in denial. No, that's not what we are saying. So we've got to have a reality check. And that, to my excitement, is being done and done very well. And I don't want to spend time on that in this my short presentation. That's not my focus. So the reality check, is to just know the facts and not to become emotional. It's not to allocate blame, but to resolve problems. But the next thing, in order to have a mind shift, is to reframe the challenge. We've got to reframe the challenge. We've got to reframe the challenge. How do you reframe the challenge? You reframe the challenge by using what the enemy is doing and converting it to his strength. So for instance, every one of us must then become brand ambassadors, not only our selected high-performing person. Everybody must now become a brand ambassador and what is called a reputation warrior. Everybody, whether you have sold, you never sold, you are a star, everybody. I'm personally doing, I know you all do it, but we've got to be conscientious, deliberate in making sure that we are brand ambassadors. Keep speaking. Because authentic people will not take decisions on the basis of what they hear without proving from people who have the connection, the understanding, the relationship to verify. So all of us, we've got to become reputation warriors. We've got to become brand ambassadors. It's our responsibility to ensure that we don't allow what the enemy is doing to overwhelm or saturate us. That's the first. The second, the third thing is that we must all have inspiring case studies to use to shut the mouth of the naysayers and the gainsayers and all the people. We must have inspiring case studies. You've got to have them. Thankfully, there's been many of them being released and poured out by the group of people. If you know of any person, it's like the man that was told to deny Jesus in the Bible. He said, I don't know what people are talking about. He said, well, the only thing I know is that I was once blind, but the moment I met him, and now I can see. So whether it's fake or not, I don't know what guys are talking about. But since I joined, my life has changed. That's a testimony. But we've got to have much more. Because no matter what you do, only fools argue with proofs. Once you have proof, it silences the mouth of the naysayers and every other person who is doubting. So have inspiring case stories within. People who have done the things that they are challenging us. People who have collected properties, who have overcome the worst. The second thing quickly is that we must not have to master objection. Mastering objection handling. Give me the next one. Number 2 quickly. Number 2. We must know what is called mastering objection handling. Now there's a lot of negatives, a lot of oppositions, a lot of people speaking out there. How do you handle such things? The goal here is to remove the fear of difficult conversations. That is missing. I don't know how that got missing. Okay. Identify. That is missing. That's fine. I don't know how that got me, but I have it right here in my master. Remove fear of difficult conversations. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not I'm talking about out there in the marketplace as we try to reach out, as we try to get. Let's not avoid, dealing with the difficult issues. Because in selling, there's going to be a person-to-person contact. So there's no avoiding it. Rather, let's, number one, remove the fear of difficult conversations. In fact, the fact that you don't want to engage in that conversation might be misinterpreted to be an acquiescence or confirmation of the allegation. No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't. You must know how to have difficult conversations. And here are a few ideas in that. Number one, you find out what are the common objections from such prospects. What are the common objections? They have to do with title, authenticity. They have to do with price. They have to do with reputation. They have to do with all the other issues they are talking about. You've got to get used to it. So you need to apprise yourself and be very familiar with all of these things so that you anticipate what is going to come. So when you meet them, the first question is, what is your real concern? Can you be more specific? Is it just what somebody said? The way I would deal with intelligent people, I say, are you telling me that you are basing your entire conclusion on the fact that somebody made a statement and you have no proof? Do you have proofs? What are the proofs you have? Do you know how many proofs we have? Like I said to one person who took me up on this, I said, the way it is like 10 people or 20 people or 200 people in thousands not having been satisfied. I said, how do you equate that as a standard measure for determining the entire reputation of the organization? I said, speak to me. And I said to the person, I thought you are more intelligent than this. You should be more intelligent than this. Have you found out how many people have been allocated their properties? Have you found out how many people, have homes from this organization? Have you found out how many people own property from this? Do you know? Oh, you don't know. So you just heard somebody and you concluded. Come on. You are smarter than that. Go find out. Go find out. And the facts are everywhere. If you have to share with them what you know about acquiring those things, talk about it. It's so important. Please don't shy away from confronting the people, because we talk to people in order to get sales. So running away. Then number two, understand what is called an objection killer. People who always have objections to your proposals. There are certain things that silences objections, called objection killers. For instance, if you ask a question, okay, what do you need to be comfortable to buy? You know what happens to some people? For a moment, they will realize they are not ready for that question. What do I need to do to make you comfortable in order to know that we are authentic? What do you need? If the person doesn't have something to say, give him some suggestions. Do you want to see the property before you buy? Do you want to meet this? You want to do this? Because the person is going to say, it's received as early as you. What do you need to be comfortable? And you have your facts. The visitation arrangement, the proof of clients or customers that have been sold to, the many media releases and all of that. You've got to have your objection. A second objection killer is that, do you know that despite all the negative campaigns, we are still, are you aware we are still open and working and that not one business location has closed? Are you aware? There are objection killers. You face up with people, they just find themselves not knowing what to say. Are you aware? Are you aware we're still open and working? So what's your objection? So understand objection killers, and you can particularize it for your case or your situation and know the one that will work for you per time, per situation. The third thing is to always, I say always, turn every objection into an opportunity. Find creative ways. Whether you have to lean in on your personal integrity or the integrity of people that recommended you, on what you know has been provided as means of authenticating or verifying what has been sold. Find a way to turn an objection into an opportunity. What kind of opportunity? Opportunity to investigate. Let the person know. Wise people investigate before they invest. Wise people don't operate on hearsay. Smart investors investigate before they invest. Please, I challenge you to investigate. If you need any information to facilitate your investigation, ask me. I will make it available for you. I will introduce you. I will connect you to the MD of that affiliate or that BPE somewhere or that management staff in that office. I will take you there. They will take you to the property. What do you want? Investigate. Before you know it, it's possible that you can turn somebody who's been objecting to a raving fan. Because in the midst of objections actually lie the opportunity to convert the naysayer to a supporter. That's a fact. But you never know if you just keep silent in the midst of their defiance and believe in all that is being spilled out there. Number 3, we must continue our motivation through rewards and recognition. We must continue. The goal here is to show proofs that effort is visible, valued, and rewarded. Again, that's missing on the slide. I don't know why, but that's fine. It's very important. It's very important we never miss that. Mr. Dyer, I don't know what you did to me when you cut off my ass. It's fine. It's okay. Motivation through rewards and recognitions. Proof that effort is visible, is valued and rewarded. We've got to show it. Listen, whether we know it, believe it or not, human beings strive on this reality. So for you must, so as you are trying to recruit either a new PPO or engage somebody, because sometimes it wants that chain of recommendation. It's important you remember the various reward system. Let them know it has worked and worked for many. There are many who are living off that. There are many who have left their 9 to 5 to focus fully on this. Many core professionals, not hungry people. Not hungry people, men and women of integrity. Again, like I said, look at this room. Just look at this room. Let somebody point to one of us here and say that we are fraudsters. On what basis? So, it's important that we leverage on the reward systems that's within the group, the empowering system, the life-transforming system. And those examples that we do, all the employment, the cash, the tricks, the gadgets, the public praise, and all of it. Then number 3, another motivation and reward system that always works, is to tie people's personal goals to the company sales target. The company sales target. You are here doubting, people are smiling to the bank and making their money. I know you have needs. I know you have a vision. I know you are called into this dimension. So tie their personal goal. Do you know that you can achieve your goal? So switch the discussion from the negatives to the possibility within the expectations of their lives. Number 4, can I run? Number 4. We must keep building a supportive and competitive sales culture. Whether we must keep at it, we must keep keeping on at it, we must keep at it. We must keep sharpening the sword. We must keep honing the skills. Please, this is not a time to do that. So that supportive and competitive sales culture must be on. What is the goal here? The goal, okay, good. The goal is in this one. The goal is to turn isolation into teamwork and competition into energy. The enemy is trying to compete. They are trying to isolate us. They are trying to... No. We've got to create intentional, a counter force of trying to separate and discourage and turn into a concerted energy, into a competitive force. We must be deliberate. Everything that is thrown at us, we must convert it from a disadvantage to an advantage, from stumbling blocks to stepping stones. And one way to do that is to be deliberate in turning the attempt to isolate us into teamwork. We forge together, we band together. This is not a time, to start saying separate things. We can come internally and do what we do best: brainstorm, strategize, reorganize, repackage. We can do that. But as a team, we must be cohesive. Because listen to me, especially at the top leadership, and those of us who lead affiliates, you must watch out for this. Every time you are cohesive, it's difficult for the enemy to break through your ranks and cause whatever he wants to do. We must speak the same language. And here's the truth of the matter: as long as I hate to do do that. But the truth of the matter is that anybody who is so liver and chicken-hearted and cannot see what God is doing and is ready to stand strong, we can open the door and celebrate the person's exit. In as much as we don't want to do that, but we are always better off. Listen to me, I speak as a leader who has been leading a couple of things over the years. You are always better off to work with people who see eyeball to eyeball with what you are saying and are ready to stand with you through thick and things. Absolutely important. But we must turn what is happening there into energy. We must convert it to energy to keep building up and doing better. This is not a time to slow down. This is time to redouble and refire in order to be able to achieve the vision, which is making home ownership dream a reality for thousands and millions globally. Can somebody just encourage that with an amen in the house? Come on. It's so important. So right now, one way to do that, and that is number 4, is to keep emphasizing the benefits of team-based sales goals. Let's work together. Okay, this is not a time to play solo or go in by yourself. If you need to band together, if you need to collaborate, because sometimes some people's weaknesses show up in times like this, but in your weakness, there are people who are strong within your immediate circle, within your PPO system or office or whatever center or affiliate company. Somehow, let's find a way to connect people together, because when people stand alone, they get weak. So in times like this, it's time to band people and let testimonies or testaments, from others confirm the possibility of what can happen, so that the weakness of another can be strengthened by the testimony of another. So it's important we find a way of getting people together, and of course, success stories must keep being shared. You know, one of the things we didn't do well, let me tell you one of the things we have never done well. Because we know internally we are succeeding, we were not very good at telling the world what difference God has made in. That's a fact. If I tell you today, I don't even still think we are doing well enough. Maybe it's because of our Christian humility to be private, unless people come to things like this. People have lives that have been changed. Testimonies. It's so, the success story sharing system needs to be updated daily. We need to be better at it. And those of us who can confirm that this has been a blessing, this is the time to stand up and be counted. This is the time to say, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but I am a life that has been blessed. And varying stories of this needs to be presented out. It's absolutely important. You know, and Martin Luther was the one that said, in the times of crisis, when the crises are over, we will not only know the complicity of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. Did you hear what I said? We will not only see the complicity of our enemies and adversaries, but we also remember the silence of our what? Of our friends. Friends don't keep quiet when friends are going through tough times. Unless you are an imposter, unless you are not one of those who can back up, if this has been a blessing. And I'm not talking about staff seem to be obligated. I'm not talking about directors have no option. I'm talking about PBOs. It's important to stand and be counted. Let the world know what you know. Don't keep quiet. Don't keep quiet. This is not the time to keep quiet. We've got to be forefront and strong in our conviction. If we know what we know and believe in what we believe in. Absolutely important. We can do this. So then, of course, we can also engage in peer mentoring for performance audit. This is the time when those who do well look for those who are not doing well and help them. Let's create a lift through what is called the law of the trust. Let's let those of us who are strong flap our wings better in order to aid the flight of the many others. This is not the time to leave some people who are lacking behind in the lodge until they get wearied out, supported by the negatives. This is the time to create some supportive mentorship process and programs that will cause others who are not doing well to still see a need to latch on, to stay strong and continue with the vision. It is so important. Let me move to number 5 quickly. I'm almost there. I have 6 points. Bear with me. Number 5. The 5th point I want to talk about is the skill sharpening, more like a sales gym. More like taking everybody to the sales gym. Ladies and gentlemen, managing directors, can I speak to you, please? and all of us who run sectors and every time, if there ever was a time when all our PBOs and all the prospective PBOs and everybody to be better equipped on how to sell, this is the time. This is the time training should be better. This is the time the sharpening of the axe should be much more intense. We've got to do it. You say why? Possibly and probably the wisdom and the capacities of yesterday is no longer sufficient for the challenges of today. So there's going to be a renewing and a retooling. There's going to be a resharpening of everyone throughout the entire value chain of our organization to better position them to be able to respond appropriately and comprehensively to whatever is being thrown at all. So this is the time to take everybody back to training. Everybody. Mind renewal, skill renewal, capacity to say how to handle objections, how to deal with issues. This is the time to do it. Get everybody back. That's how you go from setback to comeback. Very important. So the goal here is to keep the skills fresh and to boost confidence in the field. The people out in the field, they are the ones that meet the jeers and the taunts and all the derisive tendencies of people who are out trying to frustrate what we know cannot be frustrated. So we've got to prepare them. So all the weekly micro training concepts, all the core skills, refresher courses like prospecting. For instance, MD, teach your people how do you prospect in a negative climate. Do your research and teach them. There's a different thing to prospect when all is well. But it's a different skill set. How do you prospect for clients to buy, to become give you when the climate is negative? What should you do? What should you not do? Teach them. Teach them body language in client meetings. Now, sharpen digital lead generation. How do you become more effective, impactful, using the online mediums? It's so important to understand. Then number 3, how do you handle cold leads and reactivate dead leads? Are there principles? Yes. Are there practices? Yes. Are there things that work? Yes. Find it and teach them. Let's not get cold, because the moment we get cold, the enemy has won. We can't get cold. This is the time you hold the team together and give them what it takes to be able to achieve what needs to happen. So important. So we must, how do you handle the cold leads and reactivate dead leads? How? Show them. Again, do your research. If you want materials, let me know, I'll send to you. Number 6, finally. Fresh sales ammunition. Fresh sales ammunition. Fresh sales ammunition. We've got to arm. People is about selling. We've got to keep selling. And in order to keep selling, we must arm all our PBOs and everybody with the ammunition to keep succeeding. What is the goal here? Give everyone new, exciting reasons to contact prospects. We must. It's like retooling the whole thing. You want to bring us down? You are joking. You missed the point. As a matter of fact, you just awoken us to freshness. That's what it ought to be. So give everyone new, exciting reasons to contact prospects. So deal with limited time offers. Teach people the psychology of scarcity marketing. There's a psychology for scarcity marketing. Teach them how to do that. Give them all the marketing aids, all the marketing aids and kits they need. Supply it in abundance. It's not a time that people are looking for what to say, what to use. No! Let it be, let it be awash everywhere. In order to cause them to do better. And of course, if you have to keep rotating your offers to keep the pitches fresh, you must do that. By conclusion, let me read these 2 scriptures. I know my time is up. Let me wrap up. 2 scriptures. Say with me, we are well able to overcome it. Come on, say loud. I can't hear that voice. Say we are well able to overcome it. One more time, say it louder. Say we are well able to overcome it. Come on, can we read the final scripture? Everybody to go. And I know there's much in you. God bless you.